It's time for Wednesday Hockey Talk. Hey, everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. Hey, everybody. So it's Wednesday. We got news. Kirby Dach just got signed 4 years. 3.3625 million. That's it. There's news on Carey Price has been officially put on the LTIR, so he will definitely not start the season. The news that Kent Hughes had today about Price, that wasn't good news, really. His words were, let me see now. Ever since the surgery he had after the playoff run, he's basically had like no results, nothing's good happened. So it doesn't go well for Price. Okay, Ray. Yes, that's just Zach coming home. Let's see who's here. Habs Guru, hey Guru, how's it going? And thanks for the dono. I just saw it just before I got in here. Harry Rice, that's my dog. Larry the Cable Guy. Stan the Man, Matt Outdoor, and Julie. Hey, how's everybody doing? Good to see y'all. Stan says, good that Dach has signed now for the trades to happen. You just got to be trade happening because they've got $260,834. I think that's the amount. That's what they are under the cap. So I don't think any team wants to go into the season like that. And I believe that there's going to be something happening. Chicago Steve. You see my dog in the background there? She wants to go out so bad there because I just fed them. And then she likes to go eat the cat's food if she can. It's too late for that, but that's why she wants out. Got to get Caulfield now. Yeah, I mean, I did a video on this. I think, Caulfield will get done well within time. I think they're going to wait a little bit, just to make sure. Look for Caulfield's side too. He doesn't want to do it too early either. So I think somewhere around Christmas time is what I'm expecting, but we'll see. They have all season to sign him, right? This is the final year of his deal. So I don't worry about offer sheets right now. That's not a problem. Harry, apparently a report I heard earlier today was that we were looking to trade Byron since he's only on the 1-year deal. It's an easier contract to trade as opposed to Armia. I hadn't seen that, so that's new on me. What Hughes did say in his press conference with Dach, he said Byron, while he might not be ready to start the season, whether it's 7 days or 2 weeks, but he said Paul Byron will be playing this year. So that's what he said about Byron. Hey, Joseph, how you doing, Joseph? Good to see you. Good to see all of you in here. So, so we could talk about that. I did a video about Drouin. You want to talk about Drouin? We can do that. I just did a video about Dach. Sorry, I would have had that out earlier, but the construction site I live in, they were pretty noisy today, and they just didn't allow me to get a video out today, during the day. So, yeah. Let's see. Larry the Cable Guy. I wish they would get rid of Byron and Armia, maybe Drouin. I would think, that's the plan. I think by trade deadline, I think all three of those guys would be gone by the deadline. I guess now the only unsigned Hab is Caden Primo, but he's a Laval Rocket. I know that he's going to be on their roster, but yeah, they're going to sign him. It's not a worry about cap space with him because he's not going to be playing here in Montreal, hopefully at all this year, unless there's injuries. So it won't really affect the cap. Matt will be around shortly. So that's that there. As far as Primo, it's not a worry to sign Primo, and I'm pretty sure they'll do that soon. I would think. I don't know what would be holding that up, maybe Primo wants more money than they want. I mean, imagine they're negotiating something. I don't know what else would hold that up. You'd think it'd be pretty much a slam dunk on. He's probably going to get somewhere around $1 million on a. Is it not a two? I guess he's not going to get a two-way deal. Maybe that's what they're worried about. Two-way? No, he wasn't on a two-way deal before. I'm just babbling away here, guys. I mean, just babbling away. Hey, Ronald, how you doing? Who's the best goaltender you have seen play for Montreal since you started watching hockey? Well, I mean, come on. That's Ken Dryden, Patrick Roy, and Carey Price. I mean, for me, those are the three best that have been here in Montreal in my day. And I don't think there's really much argument there. You might argue with Ken Dryden or Patrick Roy or Carey. Like, you might argue who you feel is the best, but you're not going to argue about the three of them anyway. Hey, BL, how you doing? How surprised were you with the Stutzle signing? Who's my? I'm not surprised. I didn't really read the details. Why would I? I don't understand why surprised. So now I wonder what the details are. But I did not read the details. I only saw the headline on a notification on my phone that they signed, they extended Stutzle. That's all I know. Larry says, I'm not sure about what Primo's talent ceiling will turn out to be. I have quite a few question marks on whether Bergevin picked right or not. Well, I mean, I think there are question marks, and that's why I want to see him stay in Laval. Get his work down there. Don't ruin him by bringing him up here if you can avoid it. And I hope they do that. Hey, Gabriel, how you doing? Any idea who will be invited to the rookie tournament and will it be televised? The televised part, I don't know, but somebody last time said YouTube usually broadcasts that live, and that's true. There is a list. I don't have it. I might have it. I'm not sure where if I do. Of the players invited. So there is a list out there. I think you just have to search it. Maritime. I'm thinking we got a pretty good team in the next 3 years. I think we're going to be contenders finally. You think? I think so. I believe that. Only time will prove that out or disprove it. But I think you're right. About 3 years to be working their way into the contendership. I might not be right at 3 years, but they're going to be getting there. They'll be making the playoffs, in my opinion, by then. Barring, something drastic could happen, but that's unforeseen. Can't figure on that. Hey, Lucas. Finally, Dach is signed. Now we can't speculate about it anymore. Nope. No, I'm glad it's done. Do I see? No, BL, you're bullshitting me there or what? 8 years, $87.5 million. There's not a typo there. It's not 8 years, and that 8 is actually a dollar sign. No way. Wow. All I say to Ottawa is see you, wouldn't want to be you. Like that to me doesn't make any sense. Am I right? That's 10 point something million. That's Carey Price kind of numbers. That's insanity. Somebody in Ottawa has lost their mind. What's in the water in Ottawa? Listen, diving obviously pays well. What can I say? Hey, Izzy, how you doing? Maritime says rookie game is usually on TV. Oh, so BL, you were so wait, 8 years at 67.5. See, that's a difference. What does that come out? What's the AAV on that? I don't want to have to work on that. Someone tell me the AAV. I still think it's an overpayment, but if it's somewhere around Nick Suzuki numbers, which I think it is, it's a little more though. But yeah, I think it's a little bit much. For me, take away the diving part. I hope one of the Senators vets will kick his ass on that one these days. I'd probably give him. On an 8-year deal, you got to pay a little bit more. I don't know that I'd go. It's 8.75. I don't think I'd go over. I'm thinking like 7. I don't think I'd go over 7. But he's getting 8.75. Yeah, that's an overpayment. That's, in my opinion, that's an overpayment. And he's young, so I still think by the end of that contract, that's not going to be looking good. Maritime, we're talking about Tim Stutzle of the Ottawa Senators. So the Senators have gone from being stingy with a buck and then being just totally batshit crazy spending. Right? I mean, is there something, there's something wrong with that? They've been smoking a little too much of this, like me. I mean, I don't know. Listen, all the best. Only time will tell. Kid seems to have a lot of skill. I'm not saying he doesn't have skill. I think the diving, honestly, I really think the diving pulls back some of that skill. That's one. And I don't know. I haven't seen that player I haven't seen an $8.75 million player in that kid yet. I mean, like I said, 7. I don't think I'd go over. If the Brinkett puts up 40 again, then what will he want? Well, exactly, right? What has he got left on his contract? Or did he just sign a new deal with Ottawa? I don't know. I know they traded for him. Is he in the final year of his contract? Like, I don't know what's with that. So, but yeah. What are these guys going to be making? I know they're thinking, okay, the cap's going up in a couple of years, going to start to go up. But, I mean, still, you're gambling. At least I think. Hey, Kenny B, how you doing? Larry says, I know it's all speculation at this point, but what point total do you see Dach getting this season? Well, we kind of made those guesses before already. I think if he delivers anywhere like 40 plus right now, I'm good. Habs make playoffs? No, Kenny, don't get at yeah. You're getting ahead of yourself there. DeBrinket's got 1 year left? Yeah, so if he has a really hot season, I mean, he's going to want money. So, possibly DeBrinket is a 1-year player. He's going to be there 1 year. That's it. Although the way they're spending money, they'll probably give him $15 million. I think they are doing something. Wait, I think they are doing the same thing we did with Suzuki. They're paying for his high ceiling future, but that's. Are you saying Stutzle has a higher ceiling than Suzuki? I don't think so. So they're overpaying. Remember, my opinion. That's my opinion. Do you see us getting another starter or play with Allen in a starter or play with Allen and Monty? Well, look at what maybe you didn't watch the video. So I just put out a video about the Dach signing, and they put Price on LTIR and where they are with the cap. Right now, they're sitting at $260,000. They're $260,000 under the cap. So they're not doing anything till they move some money out. They're just not, because they don't have any room to play around anymore. They're just not. Yeah, they're just not. They got to move money. So yeah, we're gonna be. It's gonna be Allen and Monty like we had last season. And for a lot of you guys that kind of are calling for them to go after Bedard or at least get that high draft pick and tank, like it should be a good thing, and it shouldn't be a problem that they're going with Allen and Monty. Lucas, depends what line Dach plays on, but I could easily see 35 to 40 points. He seems to really want to play here. Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit higher. I guess I'm started at 40 points, but yeah, I mean, depends on what line he plays on exactly. I kind of expect it'll be third line, at least to start with, and he may even be on the wing to start with until trade deadline when they move. Maybe they move Monahan, maybe they move Dvorak, and then he slots in where he's supposed to. Probably that's how it'll probably work. Dak seems like a bargain if he can stay healthy. I don't know that you have to throw in the if he can stay healthy. It's not fair. He had a wrist injury. I don't think that's fair. He's 21. Like I don't think at this point we should say that. He seems like a bargain if it all works out. Yeah, I don't think you have to say if he stays healthy. He's 21. 21-year-olds stay healthy usually. Hey, Windy City Hoggy. Kirby Dach always looks lost out on the ice. This coming from someone who has watched Dach the last 3 seasons. I think the Habs overpaid on him, but good for Kirby. But I think you're discounting that he's 21, right? I don't think any player at 21, I mean, maybe there were a few, but I don't think any player at 21 you could really say, well, he's a bust. I don't think that's fair yet. He's 21. He's got a lot of learning to do. Montreal is really geared up for development this season. And I think we're going to see some good things out of Kirby Dach. But hey, listen, you got to see him for 3 years. You have a little bit, I guess, more knowledge than we do. And we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I'm going to buy into the gamble that they took. And it is a gamble a bit, and it's a risk. But yeah. No, I'm not saying that. This is from Lucas. Suzuki will be the better all-around player. I'm just saying they probably have the same idea MB did when he signed. Well, of course. Yeah, of course. Maritime, I think Dach with freedom to play his own style, he will blossom. He does have insane hands and size. Yeah, I think, the coaching is going to be different here. I think that's clear. St. Louis not. I think he'll consider Dach a skilled player, and I don't think St. Louis is going to have him under too much of a. It won't be under a strict system, if a system at all. And I think he'll do well like that. In the press conference, he mentioned that in one of his answers. It's clear he understands that it's he's going to be free to create and do stuff like that, and I think he's looking forward to it. We'll see if he can do it. Hey, Scooter Batman, how you doing? Let's see, Lucas again. I don't think Suzuki's contract will feel like an overpayment at all next season. He seemed to be coming into his own the end of last season. I'm not saying Suzuki's contract's an overpayment. I agree with you there. I think Suzuki's going to live up to that contract, and by the end of it, it'll be a bargain. By the middle of it, probably, it'll be a bargain. If if I'm Suzuki and I want to make a lot of money, I don't sign 8 years. I sign 4 or 5 years. Why would you want to do that? Otherwise, you could be making a ton more money on those other 3 years. But I think it'll be a real bargain by the end of that contract. Joseph says he has a feeling. I got a feeling Monty will become a pleasant surprise. He started figuring it out towards the end of last year. I predict he will become our number one goalie by the end of this year. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but remember also, last year, he was playing with a wrist injury. This year, he won't be. And I agree with you. He won't be a pleasant surprise for me because he already was that last season. I really expect to see, I'm not saying, I don't think he's a number one goalie. So I'm not saying that. I think he'll be a good backup. Like, we'll be able to be relatively comfortable when he's in nets. Like, I think that's a step up right there. But to say he's a number one goalie, I mean, no, I don't think so. Only if you're going to say, well, we're going to be a last place team, he's a number one goalie. Maybe on a last place team he can, but no, he's not. He's not a number one goalie. Everything is always a risk in the NHL. Kent Hughes knows what he's doing with the Dach signing. I think so. I mean, personally, they said it's a gamble that they were, it's not 100% that he's going to do what they think he's going to do, but they feel good about it, and Yeah, I mean, I so far I like the judgments they've made on players and stuff. I have no complaints. Got to agree with them here until such time as Dak plays and then maybe he sucks the bag. Then that's different. Between Suzuki and Caulfield, they're going to have combined 140 points minimum. I don't know if it's minimum, but at this point, yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with you there, actually. I think they'll be over that. I don't know how far over, but I think I kind of agree with you. I don't think the offense is going to suffer because of the defense this coming season. I guess what I'm saying. So I think the offense looks like it's going to be pretty decent, if not good. And yeah, I think those two guys, if you look at the way they finished this last season, yeah, I think both of them will have over 70 points, possibly. I'll tell you the truth. Going in, I won't say that with Caulfield. 60, I'd be really happy. 60, 65 for Caulfield, I'd really be happy, and I think it's possible. But I kind of expect Suzuki's going to have a point a game and be in the 80-point range, and that'll make up for it. And so, yeah. So I won't say minimum, but I think they could hit that 140. Do you like the way I talked my way through that? And I think I came out at the end of all that with the same opinion I had when I started it. That's how things are. What are you going to do? I'm sitting here. I'm kind of watching the comments go. How many people are we? 31. Give a thumbs up if you're having a good time. And yeah, I'd appreciate that. What else is there to say about that? Marty St. Louis will have a big impact on how the team plays this season. Yeah, well, that's for sure. And with a renewed emphasis on player development, guys like Dach could succeed in that system. I think skilled players, especially. I mean, skilled players, you're going to be put in position to succeed, in positions to learn. And yeah, I think it's gonna be good for the skilled guys, for the young guys, most definitely. Let's see, Lucas. I was surprised he signed the 8 years. Shows his loyalty to this team and city. Yeah, without a doubt. Because really, I mean, he could have said, yeah, I don't want to. But I mean, he's not that. He's not Mitch Marner, and he's not. Matthews, and he's just not that type of person. So he's the kind of guy you want to put a C on his chest. Windy City, it's just a shame that I wouldn't be seeing the two Dach brothers on the Hawks since 2021. The Blackhawks drafted Kirby's younger brother, Colton. That's right. It's right. Yeah, well, it's a lot of times those things don't work out, So, somebody waiting in the wings. I wonder what they're waiting on. Somebody's waiting in the wing. There's a special guest. Who's there? There's a knock on the door. Who's there? And he left. That's funny.
I was fixing my audio. I couldn't hear you. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, you got to. Is it called the volume button? You turn it up. Volume. How's it going?
That's good, man. How about you?
Okay. I didn't think I'd make this show. I sat down at the desk ready to go about 10 minutes before showtime. I was running around trying to get that damn video done today. Damn video, damn you.
Oh, the Kirby Dach?
Yeah. I mean, I started it at what? 9:30? No, Ray, you got to stay in right now. I started it at like 9:30 this morning, I think. But then they made so much noise all day. I just couldn't do anything video-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And then by that time, and then the editing, and then all that's my life. What are you going to do? What does Massimo say? Just watch. Hey, by the way, hey, Massimo, how's it going? I know I forget to say that sometimes.
What's up, Kenny? What's going on, Larry?
just watched the last vid, and I can't get over you saying Dach. You saying Dach wrong. The way you should say it is Dach, like Kirby Dach. I've heard it both ways. I've used it in a poem, and I rhymed it with back and Dach, and nobody complained to me. I don't know what's the officials. How would you say it, Matt?
Kirby Dach.
Kirby Dach. But it's hard to say. Is he saying Doc or Dach because he's from Boston? Right? So maybe it's Matt's fault, and I got the Boston way to say Kirby Dach.
The right way to say it.
Kirby Dach. Got the keys in the car with Dach. No, but even then it's Doc. How do you say it again?
Kirby Dach.
Yeah, the replay is inconclusive.
Call on the ice stands.
Call on the ice stands.
Interesting new rule there, though. I don't know if you touched on it yet about major penalties.
I did not, but since you brought it up to me today, you can talk about it right now. How's that?
Yeah. So, when referees initiate a review on a 5-minute penalty on a major, excluding a match penalty. So if you get a game misconduct, it's a game misconduct, you're gone. But a major penalty, that's not a game misconduct. Instead of just having the option to either uphold the 5 or knock it down to 2, the referees can now just abolish the penalty straight up. They can completely call it back. Before now, they were just able to drop it down to a 2-minute instead of a 5-minute.
And on average, how many times do you think that happens in a year?
I mean, the only time in recent memory that I could see a major penalty being completely wiped off was the reason that rule happened was when they called Eakin, when Joe Pavelski got hurt.
Right, but so I'm saying it's important actually to make the change, and I agree, but it's not something that comes up often.
Right.
Anyway, but I get that's why they did the change.
Yeah, I mean, 99% of the time, if someone gets a major, they kind of deserve a major.
Yeah, it doesn't get reviewed even, for sure. I was going to talk about something, and I totally went out of my head. So I'll mention this: fantasy pools, fantasy hockey pool. We have 2 of them going. One is a head-to-head. One is a points league. There are spots available. If you'd like to be in it and you haven't already joined, because if you joined, you don't have to send me an email. If you want to join, send me an email to the email that's in the description. Talking Habs. It's talking, not talking. Talking Habs, all one word, at gmx.com. Tell me which league you would like to join, or if you'd like to join both, and I will make that happen for you. We have spots in both leagues, so please join our league. So please do that if you are interested. The draft for, well, I know one of them is on the 2nd of October. One is on the 5th. Which one? I don't know which one is which at this point.
I'll tell you right now, I'm loading into it.
Awesome. See, that's why I have Matt around, just so you can tell me things. So yeah, I would appreciate if we fill this up. I think we have 8 in one, and we got 6 spots in the other. So that means there's 4 spots available in one and 6 in the other. And I get back to the questions. Scooter would love to see Slafkovsky, Dach, and Anderson on a line against the Leafs. Rough them up to open the season. Considering this training camp hasn't even opened, I guess that's a possibility. Who knows how it'll. You're kind of slotting Dach in at center, probably on a second line there. Yeah, I think of the players that are there for the center. Although for opening night, you might be right, because Monahan probably not going to make opening night, probably. But he won't be far behind that. So I think Dach's the one that would play the wing. So we'll have to see how that works out. Excuse me while I cough. And it's funny because I saw an article on Fansided. I guess, a winning habit or something. And they were talking about that, and the writer came to the same conclusion as me. And I say that because 2 days before that, we did a live stream, and I was asked about it, and I gave that opinion. Just like in that in the article, maybe he was listening, and he stole all my ideas. I don't know. No, but we had the same thought about Dach being that guy. Given the recent announcement, have we seen the last of Carey Price between the pipes as a Hab? Yeah, I mean, on an early note, you got to think so. If you watched, I don't know how many of you did. If you watched the press conference that the Habs had, Kent Hughes and Kirby Dach this afternoon, right? So he's asked about this, and what he said to me is kind of telling. And the words he used. Now, maybe he made a mistake and he didn't mean the time frame wasn't the same. But what he said was the surgery that Price had after the playoff run, he never really recovered from, and he never had any kind of. He was never. How do you put it? Like he didn't get any kind of improvement. There was zero improvement since the operation after the playoff run till right now. So I wonder, like he played last year to 5 games, was there zero improvement up to that point? Apparently not, right? I think that is his last surgery. So I guess that's true. It is the last surgery. But it's very telling to say from that point, there was no improvement. He didn't say that it was better, and that's why he came back last year, and then it wasn't. There was zero improvement. So is he going to get better enough to come back now without more operations? No. Is he going to have the operations at his age? Take that risk? I don't think so. So the conclusion I'm left with is that we've seen the last Carey Price game as a NHL goalie. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. No, I gotta agree. I think his knee's too far gone.
Yeah, I mean, he said there was zero improvement from the operation till right now. So how's he going to come back? I don't see how.
Even if, like you said, even if you do keep operating on his knee, I mean, his knee's going to be mincemeat with how many times it's being cut open.
Why is he going to do that to himself?
Yeah.
It's not like he's made no money and blah, blah, blah. Sure, he wants a Stanley Cup, but he's not an idiot. He knows he's better off with his kids and all that to have a knee and then as opposed to not be able to walk. Although they could put an artificial knee. Why would he want to do that to himself? So I say no. I say I don't. He's not coming back.
I agree.
Now that's just speculation. Right now, we'll know more by the end. I would, I don't see Carey Price being also the kind of guy that's going to sit on the LTIR for 4 years. I think if he feels he is done, he'll retire before next season. Not this one, but the one after. I think he'll retire. Why? I don't think he's the kind of guy that's just going to draw the money. Well, I don't know. How do you feel about that, Matt?
I mean, I think it could go either way. I mean, I know we won't get hit with cap recapture, so we don't have to worry about that.
No, but that's not the reason.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could go. I think it could go either way.
I mean, sure, it could go either way. He seems the kind of guy when he's ready to walk away, he'll walk away. He won't just linger around. And if there was cap recapture, without a doubt, he stays around for the whole thing, and he doesn't harm he wouldn't harm the team. But without that, yeah, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's going to stick around just to draw a paycheck. I think Carey Price has made quite a bit of money where, I'm sure he's doing fine. Plus, he's an indigenous guy. I think there's plans for him after he retires with his tribe and all that. Like, I think he's going to be the chief of his. I heard that. So I don't think he's going to stick around if he's not playing.
Right.
So I think he'll go on to the next thing in his life. So I think, yeah, this season, they'll make a decision. When the decision's made, that'll be it. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it's too early, really, to know 100%. Let's see now. Where was I? I have no ideas. Oh, okay. Didn't move. Did I see Romy's? So you're talking about Romanov? Yeah. I forget what it was. It was 3 years, 3.5. I don't know if it was 2 or 3 or 4. It was 2 to 4 years, but it was at 3.5, which was what we thought he would get here.
Yeah, I have no issue with Dach's contract at all, especially if
we're talking about Romanov.
Oh.
Yeah, he
I heard
signed
the 3.5, and I'm thinking Dach.
And Dach wasn't 3.5; it was 3.3,
No, it was like 3.3.
3.3625.
Still, though, I like. I know we're talking about Rona, but I do love Dach's contract, especially if he does show what he can do. I mean, that's going to be a steal in 3 years when the cap skyrockets.
The only way it's no good is if he is less than an average player to a total bust. That's the only way that contract's no good, because if he's a good player to a really good player, by the end of that deal, it's an underpayment at that point. It might be slightly over at this point, and the two balance out.
But you got to remember too, it's not like he's like 30. He's 21 years old. I mean, 21 he's still years old. Young.
25 at the end of the deal, and still an RFA. I think it's a really good deal.
Yeah, and that's the other important thing. When the deal ends, the Habs still have complete control, which is really good.
He doesn't just walk away. I mean, I don't think he'll want to at that point, but I mean, he doesn't have how do I want to put it? He doesn't have control over how much he makes even at that point. So he's not even getting that control. I think it's a good deal for both. And I think it shows that RGM's a pretty good negotiator, I think.
Honestly, for someone his age and his potential, I mean, I think that's the absolutely right contract to sign. Because then I just think too, because he's an RFA at the end of it too, like if he does reach his potential, right, and he's playing that well, you don't have to worry about going, oh my God, we're not gonna have the money, he's gonna walk. No, he's under your team's control. You have all the power, right. You have all the control over it. You can talk to him first.
The qualifying offer not gonna be huge.
I think the qualifying offer only beat 3-3, right?
Right. Or 3-4. So it's a small qualifying offer, and if he's getting to where you expect him to be, you sign him up again to a long-term deal, at good money for him and a good contract for the team. And if he's at that point, then we don't lose Kirby Dach, and he's here for a long time. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if he doesn't really, then you don't have to be stuck with it. Right? So say he's not really what they want, and they want to go in a different direction. You're not really locked in at at a bad price, whatever. It's not a horrible contract,
I do want to comment on this, because I think it's a little bit ludicrous. For your first year in the league, if you're hitting 25 goals, and he would have been 18 at the time, 18, 19, I think that's fine. Like, for your first year in the league at 19. Yeah, he was a third overall pick, but are we expecting every top 3 pick to be like, an Austin Matthews or a McDavid?
He didn't get 25 goals. Wait a second. Let's take a look at him. Keep talking. I'm going to put something up.
But that's what I mean. It's like that kind of logic says to me that you're expecting every single draft pick, every top 3 draft pick to come out and be a Matthews or a McDavid right out of the gate, or a Makar, which it's not realistic.
No, that's not going to happen.
I mean, 25. If you come in the league at 18 and you put up 25 goals, that's fine.
You take down the comment. Let's see what he did put up. He put up 8 goals his first year, 2 his second, and 18 games, and then 9. So he's got 19 goals, 40 assists, 59 points. So he hasn't put up 25 goals yet. The 25 goals, you're going to look at it, was in Saskatoon, so in the WHL. First of all, there's injuries involved here. There's the fact that Chicago is a pretty shitty team. There's a lot of things there that you can look at and say that can be overcome. And I think that if he was a third overall pick, he's got talent. There's no doubt that
Yeah.
there's talent there. Montreal likes what they saw. I think I trust their scouts so far. I haven't seen them make a bad move that I think, anyways, yet. They see something in them. Yeah, I agree. You might be like, I don't know who made the comment. Are you from
J-Fed.
Chicago?
J-Fed.
Oh, it's J-Fed. Oh, J-Fed doesn't like Dach. I mean, you're allowed not to like a guy.
And that's fine. I
That's
just
fine.
from a realistic point of view, though, you know, even I know he scored, what was it, 8, but still, I mean, 25 goals in your first year in the league as an 18-year-old, though, like if that's what he did hit, I mean.
Well, I'm going to look at it in a different way. He's 21 right now. He's 21 right now. Most guys don't get to the league till they're 21 or more.
Well, exactly.
He's 21. He's not a bust. He was a high draft pick. He's got good potential. I think that potential's still there until he's at least another 3 years before you call him a bust. So, yeah, I think this could really work out well. I don't think it's fair to say to a 21-year-old. I said this with KK. It's not fair at that age to call them a bust.
Right.
That's it. Just flat out, it's not fair. So with KK even, where I kind of think he might be heading towards that, at 22, I think that's what he is now. You can't call him a bust. He's too young for that. That's that. I don't know. All right.
Look, J-Fed, I get it. But you got to understand where he's playing and the injuries he's dealt with, too. I mean, there's a lot more factors that go into it.
Let me see now where I am. Lucas, 26th is the first preseason game. Yes. Hey, Adamy, how's it going? I see I'm really far behind. I'm going to scroll down quite a bit here. CMAC, wouldn't I take the money I am owed? Listen, not everybody's event. We're talking about Carey Price again. Not everybody's built that way. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's built that way. It's not like it's the first big year of the big contract. He's made plenty of money. I see him as being that he's going to move on to his new thing. I don't see him just sticking around and delaying the rest of his plans for his life to hang on for that. I just don't see him as that person. I could be wrong. I don't feel I am though. Like it or not, he can't be considered a top 3 goalie in Habs history without a Stanley Cup on his resume. Talking about Carey Price? Oh, yeah, no. We were talking about in my lifetime, not history. We're talking about earlier. You weren't here. They asked me who I think the best goalie I ever saw in my lifetime. Well, I said, so Ken Dryden, Patrick Roy, Carey Price. Those are the 3 best. But that was in my lifetime, and it wasn't in history of the Habs.
I mean, unless you're like 88 instead of 58, you wouldn't have seen Plant. You wouldn't have seen.
Well, exactly. Vesna. So I was a lot older. Thanks for thinking I'm that old, BL. Appreciate that. Kenny B says, will they take Jake Allen? Trade Jake? Well, not now. No, don't look for a Jake Allen trade. If they trade Jake Allen now, I mean, they're looking to really tank. I don't think they're looking to do that. So, no, I say there will be no trade of Jake Allen.
No.
And I don't think you can give them, like, I don't think it's, well, knock our socks off because you wouldn't offer what it would take. Go ahead. Sorry, Matt.
Well, no, I just responded to one of BL's comments. I'm not trying to twist J-Fed's comment. My point is, it's not, regardless, I know he didn't score 25 in the NHL, but regardless, it's still not fair to call him a bust right now when he's only 21 years old. And he's in a better place. He's in a better developmental system. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I doubt he got drafted 3rd overall by Chicago because he was no good. I doubt that. Has anybody tried what? Bo Jackson had an artificial hip replacement. Oh, we're talking about that? I don't want to talk about. Sorry, Larry. I don't mean to be. Just
By the way, Harry, good to see you, man.
Dach was rushed to the hospital. No, we have to give him some time. He's only 21. I don't think he was rushed, but I mean, he did make the NHL his first year, so he might have been a little rushed, right? So, and he's only 21. Playing goal with an artificial knee hasn't been tried, but it's possible. Yeah, not in the NHL, but I don't know if the technology has reached that. But I doubt that to be an NHL goalie. Maybe one day. I just don't think yet. Harry says Dach at like 19 years old had 6 points in 9 playoff games.
Yeah, you're way behind.
Here in the NHL. That's incredible for a rookie player. He can be a damn good second liner if we give him the chances and let him play. Right on, Harry. Let him play before we come down on him like that anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like now we're saying, like, if you're 21 and, you're supposed to be, outperforming everybody and shit. It's not fair to Dach. It really isn't. Like, we shouldn't be expecting these, a 20, someone of his age to just boom right in. He's putting up, 50, 60 points.
Right. It's very
granted
rare.
We're a little spoiled with Suzuki and Caulfield. I mean, I'll give you that, but
and listen, Dach started in Chicago. Not here. This is a different team. This is a fresh start. New coaches, totally different system.
Different philosophy. He doesn't have a scandal hanging over his head.
Till he plays here, I don't see why you have, like, how you could say he'll do this, he won't do nothing. You don't know. I understand maybe you don't like the guy or whatever, or you don't feel, but give him a chance to play before we judge him here. There, that's my plea for you all. Anyways, we're not here to talk about what he scored in junior, what he scored in high school or Pee-wee or Adam or anything, because we're not here to do that. We're here to praise. What's the? Oh, I'm thinking Shakespeare now. Shit, it's no good when you're gonna roll into something like that and you just don't know what you're saying. Jesus, we're here to praise Hamlet, not to bury him. What's this? What? Do you know that saying from Hamlet? No. You know what Hamlet is? You know Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just checking. American
to be
education.
Or not to be.
American education.
Oh, dude, I read all of Shakespeare when I was in high school.
Just buggy, yeah.
Name a play. I've read it.
I wrote one in high school. Did you read that?
So what year Shakespeare now?
You said name a play. You've read it.
Well,
Shakespeare play. Oh. Okay. I'm just bugging you. I want to get off this. How much Dach scored in high school or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, I want to see him play games in the CH, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, I mean, they just signed him today. If we draft one of the big 3 center prospects in Fantilli, Bedard, or even Dvorsky, Dach probably ends up as a third liner by year 3 of his contract. He may be a third liner this year too. That's still okay. Listen, we're happy with Dvorak as a third line center. Makes $4.45 million. So Kirby makes 3.3. Should be no problem.
Yeah,
if that's what it is, right? And his contract's not an overpayment either over there.
No, and look, if we draft, like Fantilli, or we end up with Bedard, then we run into a problem that we've never had. And
so they trade somebody. They trade somebody.
No, but what I'm saying is we would then run into a problem that we've never ever had, and I challenge you
Oh,
to think back in like the last 20 years if we had this problem. We'd have too many centers.
well, we
When
do
was the
now.
last
I
time
mean,
we said we had that problem?
well, we kind of do right now, but yeah. But if it's Fantilli, Bedard, or Dvorsky, you know what? Maybe they play in Laval. I've heard now that
Oh, Bedard
Bedard's
won't play in
coming.
Laval. The
Now that
Bedard will be in the
Bedard,
NHL.
now that Bedard's year is here, yeah, I'm hearing things about how his game's not 100% and he needs work. So I don't know.
Watch, if the Canadians weren't in the run to get him, it'd probably be the opposite.
Listen, I don't know. I'm just saying, just because they would maybe going to get one of these three guys, we're going to make a judgment on Dach now. What if Dach has an awesome year and you go, oh, who's that Fantilli or Bedard? Who needs them? We got Dach. That's not going to happen. But I don't know. Do I know what I'm saying right now? I don't even think I do. Fantasy pool.
Well, look,
Fantasy pool.
Harry, you make
Join
a good
the
point
fantasy
there,
pool.
too. And a few of my buddies here that are Bruins fans were saying the same thing. I said, guys, he had a shoulder injury. Like, give him a chance to play.
That's the first one. Who are you talking to there?
Harry Rice. No, he made a similar comment where we took a risk when we traded for Anderson because he only had the one goal. And
right.
Again, it was the same time. Like, he only scored one goal. He's garbage. Blah, blah. Well, no, he's not garbage. He broke his shoulder, but he's fine now. And we see what he can do. And he's fine. And we love the guy. So it's not until he starts playing for the Canadians. I'm not going to judge him. Talking about Dach now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially at his age. I mean, he's only 21.
Yeah, I know. It's just, let's not argue anymore about that. Dach won 33% of his faceoff. He plays the wing. Suzuki, when he started, he won 33% of his faceoffs too, or like that. He is at center. And he is now, last year, he finished at just under 50% on the faceoffs at the end of the season, 49.
And that's something that can be taught too. Like, that's something that can be coached.
Right. It's the thing that's taught. He's 21. He's going to learn. Obviously, he's going to get better at it. I don't think that's a reason to. But I do kind of agree with you. He'll start the season at the wing because somebody's going to. And I think he'll be at the wing until they move one of the centers at the deadline, which I said earlier. I think I'm quickly losing control of this chat room today. Don't you think? I think we are very quickly. It's your fault. It's not mine. Just so we get that out there. Dach's draft position may have been too high, but I applaud the Habs to take a flyer on him.
Well, here's another good pick. This is another good point.
Well, if you're going to pull it up, you don't put it up there and wait for me to read it. You read it.
The Dach move can end up being similar to the Zibanejad move Gordon made with the Rangers, getting a steel player who got better with playing in a new environment. And, now Zibanejad's one of the best players in the league. So,
I mean, if we knew that Dach was going to be Zibanejad, none of these comments would happen.
But I'm just Gordon has a habit of picking talent out like that, though. That's
right.
He's got a track record.
Good point. Who put that up there?
Scooter Batman.
That was Scooter Batman. Good point there, actually, Scooter Batman. That right. We're not. You're all talking about that, but I mean, Gordon's a good judge of talent, and they didn't just one morning Chicago said, "Hey, how about Kirby Dach?" And they went, "Yeah, let's get Dach." Right? It didn't just, and then they did it. That's not what happened. They know what they're getting. They judged it. Their judgment says he's worth it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Love the salad. What salad are we? Who's got a salad? Caesar. Love this. Oh, you love Caesar salad. The dressing's no good for you, though.
That's not good, J-Fed. I get that. No, listen, like we said, man. You don't like Dach, it's all good. It's cool.
Rory says, I don't care what the media says about Bedard. If we get number 1 overall again, do not draft Bedard. He's going to riot. Why is that, Rory?
No, he said if we don't draft Bedard.
What? Did I read it wrong?
Yeah, it's if we don't draft Bedard. I agree. I mean, Connor Bedard's going number 1. I mean,
I did not say not. All I said was it's his year now at the draft. It's his draft year. You're starting to hear people saying now, instead of he's a god. Oh yeah, his defensive game's not this. There's this one's not that. He's a little young. That's what you're hearing now. I've heard the first criticism of him since I heard his name was this year, this offseason. No, okay. Let's find something else. I like Monahan, second trio. What's that? Monahan. What? Have a nation to give a name. I like Monahan, second trio. Yeah, Monahan might end up there. I could see that. I think Monahan, look, either he has a good season and they keep him and re-sign him, or they move him at the deadline which is more than likely what's going to happen. Yeah, once that's done, and then Dach slides back down into second. I see that. Or it's Suzuki, Monahan, Dvorak, Evans, Dach on the wing. Monahan's move. Dach slides into Monahan's place. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
That makes sense to me.
Lucas, right on. We do. We have too many wings, really. That's really the big surplus right now.
Yeah, it happened to me the other day. I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they gave me too many wings. Very poor attempt at humor. All right. Hey, Tario, how you doing? Shifley was drafted. I hate Shifley. Well, Shifley was drafted in 2011.
Oh my God.
Started a full season in 2014 and only started to produce well and be competitive in faceoffs in 2016-17. A perfect example, right? Give the guy a few seasons to get to where he needs to be. Monahan plus Hab equals Monahab. There you go.
I like that. I like that a lot.
The joke on Twitter is that he's very boring, and that he likes toast a lot. He likes toast, and he's very boring.
But going back to Shifley for a second, I was thinking about this the other day when you and I were talking about Arber. Imagine if Arber was on the team when he laid that hit? Like I was thinking, I'm fairly certain he would have killed the guy.
I say this. It wouldn't have happened on the plate, and then Shifley would not have hit the ice again because of exactly that fear on that side. Arber's going to take his head off. Or Arber would have come off the bench and done it and then get thrown out for like 5 games.
Either way, Shifley would not have had a head.
Yeah. And maybe not. Listen, it's going to be his first year. He might not be as mean as he's going to turn out to be after a couple. So maybe not right away, but I think down the road, that's the whole point, right? Is that people won't do that shit because Arber's coming. And he got hands the size of a Hulk.
Oh, my God.
Hulk hands. Imagine the size of his gauntlets. Jeez.
He must have to have his hockey gloves custom made.
Well, they kind of all do.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, him especially, because they probably have to mold the gloves around his hand.
Stan the Man says, going off topic. It's not way off topic. Will you have another Habs trivia show? You missed it. It was fun, Matt, on Saturday. Yeah, the one on Saturday was great. We could. Problem is, I think I went through most of the trivia that I had. I'm going to check to see how much I have left, but and the rest that I didn't pick to use isn't. Hang on, it's my alarm. not even worth reading. It's so easy or stupid or whatever. So it's not.
Could
But
do like an
if there's
NHL
enough
trivia
left,
night.
what's that?
Could do like a trivia night for the NHL, like in general.
But I don't have. I mean, it's because this is from the book that Guru sent me. Guru sent me this. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't remember how far we got, but there's a limited number of good questions. So yeah, I have to go over it and see how far we got. But I think we got pretty far because I'm looking already near the end. And I recognize that we did some of these, so I think we got through it all. And seriously, the rest of the questions in here are just like it's an insult for me to even put that out there. Like you guys might not know it. It's an insult to you guys. That's how easy these things are. So, but I like the ones that I pulled out of there. What I'll try to do though is find some better trivia and do that again because it was a lot of fun. Where was I? Scooter. I imagine those kind of things happen a lot. He's saying it'd probably be a lot of fun for St. Louis, the coach,
Yeah, I saw that.
the Flyers. Did you tackle this? Anyway, but those kind of situations come up a lot. So, I mean, I'm sure it's fun for them, but maybe he didn't like Tortorella at all. So, I don't know. Larry says if he gets on here Saturday, he will contribute more questions. Let's see if we do it. I'll see what I could find. I know that I'm going to have the time before now on Saturday, though. That's the problem. Hell, I almost didn't have time today to make it back to the show. All right, I've reached the end of the comments, and I'm going to have to go backward a little bit. We're at an hour. We'll go a little longer. My nose is all blocked. I don't know why.
Yes, he would have.
No,
I feel like Arber would have left a fist print in his face.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, probably. Although, there's no way he would have been here then.
No, but like hypothetically, if he was on the team when Scheifele laid that hit, like I'm fairly certain we would have witnessed a murder.
Well, no, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean though. Like Arber would have dropped the gloves and beat the hell out of him. I mean, for God's sake, and I said it too. If you go back and watch that game stream, Weber looked like he was about to bite his head off. Like Weber was furious. Oh, was he hot? And it takes a lot to piss him off.
I lost my concentration for a second. We have Dominic Ducharme in the room. It's your fault, Dominic Ducharme. I'll return behind the bench soon and sweep the Habs for my revenge. Yeah, the only bench you're going to get behind is Pee Wee League or less, I think, personally. What do you think?
I don't know. Go in the AHL, get a little more experience, my man.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Ducharme, he's not going to see behind the bench of an NHL team for a long time, even as an assistant, in my opinion. He will have to go probably in the queue or although he says he's done that, so he'll have to go, I guess, in the AHL and try to work his way up to head coach there and then hopefully make the jump from there. So maybe sometime in the next 30, 40 years, he might make it. Heard the mighty Ducks, they're no longer mighty. We're looking for a coach. Sweep the floor behind the bench. Yeah, that's about it. Well, the Q, he doesn't want to go back to the Q. Said he'd done everything in the Q and he can do.
Go to the AHL.
Listen, he did everything in the NHL that he could do except win. That's about the only thing. But he did everything else.
I will say, though, without Dominic Ducharme, we wouldn't have ended up with Juraj Slafkovsky. So,
well, this is true. I mean, sure, it's true. I mean, that's pretty much 100% true. Alain Vigneault went back to the queue with PEI, then back to the NHL. But did Alain Vigneault say, "Oh, I've done everything I could do back there"? I don't think he did, but maybe. Maritime says Mighty Ducks the movie. Oh, okay.
But they fired Gordon Bombay?
Right. He's forever their coach. Habination says KHL? Are they still a league?
Actually, I have a Charlie Conway jersey. Like that Ducks jersey from the movie. It's pretty sweet.
Is the KHL still a league? What's happening with them?
Yeah, but it's just the Russian teams, and there's one team I think from Belarus, and a team from Kazakhstan, and one team from China. Jokerit, who's in the KHL, went to the Liga. They got out of there.
I know that. I know there were a few teams left.
It's just the Russian teams, the Chinese team, the Belarusian team, and the Kazakhstan team.
Yeah, all the axis of evil countries. They should call it Axis of Evil League. It's the AEL. All right. I used a lot less tobacco tonight. I'm a little. I'm feeling it. Ducharme is saying that because he won a World Junior Championship. Oh, he's saying that. My emphasis was really bad there. Ducharme is saying that because he won a World Junior. Wait, I did it again. Ducharme is saying that. See, this is why punctuation matters. It really does. Ducharme is saying that because he won a World Junior Championship.
It's pronounced emphasis, not emphasis.
Yeah, well, that was the sarcasm of the whole thing there. It went over your head, I see. Now, maybe I'm wrong, though. I guess you could put... I'm a bad reader tonight, I guess. That's it. It's my fault. Yeah, I mean, I guess he feels that because he won the Memorial Cup that he's done. What else can he do there? But coaches win multiple championships in leagues, so he can go and do it again and maybe learn something this time. RDS signed Michel Therrien and Joel Bouchard. I wonder if Bouchard would have been a good coach for Montreal. Nope, because there were problems with character there that came out a couple seasons ago, and that's the reason why they parted ways with Joel Bouchard. I don't know exactly, but it was problems with the players. So, do you know anything about it, Matt?
Not really, no. Who's coaching Laval right now?
Jean-Francois Houle.
Okay.
Douchey has a big ego that needs to be checked at the door before he gets a new job. I'm not going to say that, but what I'll say is he needs to take responsibility for what he was not good at. That's all. That's what I find from what I've read about or heard him say since the firing. He doesn't seem to want to take responsibility for what happened at all. Mm-hmm. And he won't get any better until he does that. Because he won't learn how to be a better coach if you don't take responsibility for the fact that you might not have been as good as you could be at something, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's how I see it. Over under for MSL, that's Marty St. Louis, or it's the MSL is soccer league. MSL, isn't that the soccer league? There's a soccer league called MSL, isn't it? No, I don't know where that's coming from.
MLS.
Is it MLS?
Yeah, Major League Soccer.
So you see, it's dyslexia today. It's not the first time I've got dyslexia today. Over under for Marty St. Louis as the head coach of the Habs in 4 years. Now, what are you saying there? Is over under he won't make it 4 years, or he'll be here after 4 years, or what is his record?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Will he make it for 4 years, or will he be fired before then? That's what he's saying.
Over for me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the over.
It's going to be here for a long time. All things I think if all things go the way I think they're going to go, I can see Marty being here probably something like 8 years as a head coach and maybe longer. I could see him being one of those long-term coaches here.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like the kind of guy that maybe one day, he'll wear out his welcome. Maybe one day, but I think that day is a long way away. He's one of those kind of guys I think will last here. With all the pressure, with all whatever, I think he'll last. Yeah. That's my hot take. I'm hoping the power play gets better this season. If not, Burrows will definitely get the boot. Yeah. And you know what? I think it will because I think we'll have better power play quarterbacks. I think, well, we're going to have a little bit of like learning on the job too going on down there. So, but I still think it'll get better. How can it get worse? I mean, we had the second worst power play in the league last year. BL will take the under. Yeah, I'm optimistic. I know he's unproven. I know that. But I think after this year, I don't think we'll be able to say that. I think he's going to deliver probably a better season than we think he's going to deliver. I don't think the playoffs, but I think we're going to be very pleasantly surprised with the results of Marty St. Louis coaching.
Mm.
Le Cavalier should get power play coach job for F-sake. Yeah, listen, that could happen, baby. I don't think Le Cavalier wants to be a coach and be living here full time. This is the thing. He wants to be able to do what he's doing for the Habs and still live in Florida pretty much full time and only come here when needs to come here. So I don't think Le Cavalier wants to be a coach yet. Maybe after a year here of what he's doing, he gets the bug and says, maybe he'll take something like that. I don't know. But he's never coached before. So anybody doesn't like that, although that doesn't mean anything, seems like here anymore, right? If you haven't coached before. Matt looks like he's mad at me. I don't know. Just looks like he's mad at me.
I'm just tired.
You just look like you're mad at me. What can I say? I can see Corey Perry when he retires being a really good power play coach. And then future head coach. I don't know enough about Perry's desire for what he wants to do after. I don't know. I've never heard him talk about any of that, but it seems like the guys like him, and he could maybe be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You know anything about that with Perry?
No, not really.
Yeah, I've never heard anything of him going that way, but like I said, I don't know a ton about him that way. Larry says, I see Ducharme becoming an assistant coach in the NHL for another team. I don't buy that he's done as a coach. I don't say he's done as a coach. I said he's done for now as an NHL coach, I think. Well, what team would you see hiring him?
Maybe the Coyotes if they want to keep being the bottom of the barrel.
Coyotes, yeah, because they don't care if they draw a lot because they don't have a lot of space there. So, maybe bring Don Cherry out of old age. You can't bring anybody out of old age though. Once you're in old age, you're there. It's what happens. I say Ducharme ends up back in the queue with a team near the Drummondville, Montreal area. That makes the most sense, right? I mean, as long as he wants to do it, doesn't seem like he does at this point. I think right now, though, he's well paid. He doesn't have to make a decision or work right now. He's going to take some time. I think he wants the stink of last season to blow over and teams to forget about it. And maybe he got a shot to get another job. Maybe LA Bergevin's there, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't think. Why would Mark do that? go right back to he has to know he made a big mistake with Ducharme. And the things he said about Ducharme. No. I'm sure he wants nothing to do with Ducharme right now. Now, there I would agree. Matt, outdoor, I would be okay with that. Ducharme should coach the Leafs. Might even be a little better than Sheldon Keefe. I don't know. You think he'd get, if he coached the Leafs, would he get them some more respect in the handshake line? Gotta love Sheldon Keefe gets his players respect in the handshake line as they're losing. That's what the Leafs shoot for. As I get more ridiculous, the later it gets. We're getting close to the end. With our luck, Ducharme would bring Leafs to a cup. Yeah, no. Leafs aren't getting a cup. Bergevin doesn't make that call. Blake does? Right. Rob Blake. Yeah, you're right. It's not happening anyway. That's just not happening. Wouldn't be shocked if the Leafs took Ducharme. They'd see his finals run on his resume and hope for a first-round win. Yeah, maybe. You might be right. That wouldn't shock me. Now, listen, if the Leafs get bounced this year, and I think they won't even make the playoffs, but if they do and they get bounced or they don't make the playoffs, heads are going to roll over there. Jeez, heads have to roll. Have to at this point. And yet, on Twitter, you read some of the threads and and how these Leafs fans have such, how do I want to put it? Jeez. They have such hope. Hope springs eternal every fall for the Leafs and how it's going to be our year. Like, how many years can you say that and without getting cynical about it? I don't know. Maybe the golf cup they'll win, yeah. Ducharme would do better in the playoffs than Keefe. Oh, I read that. Tage Thompson's contract was the one that surprised me. Yeah. I would say wasn't that shocked by it. Probably a little bit more than I would have expected him to get, but they have the money. But I'm reminded of the Jeff Skinner contract with that Tage Thompson contract too. So I hope for their sake and for the kid's sake that he doesn't turn out to be that. Mm-hmm. Hey, Lucifero. Hey, Rick, the Leafs suck. Yeah, that's like, that goes without saying. They suck. No, I'm not going to say that. Ducharme will be the next Leafs coach. No, he won't be, though. I don't see Toronto or Boston making the playoffs this season. That's kind of how I see it as well. And we're in I have to say we're in a very small minority on that. I have to say, but I agree with you. I think a lot of people see the Boston prediction, and not too many believe that about Toronto. Ottawa and Detroit will replace them. I think Detroit is in the best position. I do think that Detroit is going to be the one to take over there. Ottawa, I guess, could. We'll see. I don't know. I still think Ottawa will shoot themselves in the foot somewhere. But then again, Eugene Melnick's not there anymore, so maybe not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not talking about baseball. There was something in football. Football. Before we go, curious for all you football fans. How do you feel about Brett Favre stealing welfare money from the people of, is it Tennessee or Mississippi?
I don't know.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, shitty just doesn't cover it. Just doesn't cover it.
Yeah, that's true.
It just doesn't cover it, unfortunately. Does it surprise you that somebody who would do that would be a big Trump follower? Let's not get into politics. But I saw this thing about Favre, and I've never been. I saw him golf with Trump I don't forget how long it was. Brett Favre, piece of shit too, and now it's just proven out that he is. Oh, just look it up, BL. It's searchable on Google. Brett Favre and welfare. He stole welfare money from single mothers trying to support their kids, pay for food and rent, and $70 million welfare theft scandal that he's involved with. Well, apparently, I was just saying this last thing. They paid him to make speeches that he never made.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. So he's a piece of shit. Anyway. Larry, I've been impressed with their moves Detroit made in the offseason along with the emergence of Sider and Raymond. Yeah, I think, listen, Detroit, you got Steve Yzerman there at the helm. Kind of silently almost building a good team there. Armia would be tough to move. He still has more years than Byron and Drouin, who have won. Yeah, that's true. I said it last week, I guess. I can see Armia being moved for future considerations. A team saying, hey, we'll take him. But I'm not giving you anything for him. Yeah, take him. Here you go. Especially now, they're I want to say they're desperate to move salary. They kind of are. $260,000. That's what they've got left now on the cap after Carey Price on the LTIR. So they're kind of desperate to move some salary. So I think something will happen in the next week. I got to think probably even tomorrow we'll see some kind of a move made. So we'll see what happens with that. Only Detroit move I question was the contract they gave Sherratt. Yeah, but he got some leadership, veteran leadership there. I mean, that might not be so bad, that contract. They had two old guys like that last season, so. And there, Larry says Sherratt will thrive under Yzerman. I think that's a possibility. He'll have a few good years there. Mm. So, yeah. I think that could be something that happens. I think on that note, I think we're going to call it a night. All right. So what's coming up? Fantasy pool. If you want to be in the fantasy pool, send me an email at talkinghabs@gmx.com. Let me know that you do, and I will send you a link to join. Please do that. Let's fill up these two leagues that are there, and there's a prize to the winner of each pool. There'll be a prize to the winner. Habs Guru can vouch for that because he won last one and he got his prize already. So so hopefully you guys will join. Please do that. When can players be put on waivers? Anytime. I think they can be put on waivers even now.
I'd have to look into that, but I think you're right.
But definitely by the time training camp opens.
Oh, yeah.
What's for supper tonight? I don't even know. I had no, it's not because of supper tonight. I ate before. That's not a problem tonight. I said anything funny how Florida didn't keep Sherratt, and we have that 2023 first. It might be Sherratt didn't want to stay in Florida. That could be that too. What kind of car did Habs Guru win? It was an old 1967 Mustang, and it was really nice. Mattel makes them, and they're really nice. So you could, if you could win one of those too. And that's it. Okay, I'm out of here because I'm out of here. For Matt and myself, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please go watch my video that I put out today if you haven't already. And if you didn't see the Drouin one, please go do that too. I'd appreciate it. And that's it. We'll be back on what are we today? Wednesday. Back on Saturday for the live stream and any videos that come out before that. And that's bonus. See you Saturday. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. Stay safe. Peace out, y'all. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Have a good rest of the night.